The reason why your arms are still small is because you're doing hammer curls in 2025. Probably not. I'm just rage baiting you. Let me explain why. Now, it's not that hammer curls are bad or anything. It's just that there's other methods that produce better results. Simple as that. There are multiple studies and similar studies that show how certain elbow flexors are better at getting leverage in certain positions and certain angles, depending on the resistance profile and where they have most leverage during this range of motion. Based off these studies, that biceps is the primary mover when you have a supinated curl. People often say if you want to hit brachioradialis and brachialis, the best thing to do is a hammer curl. I simply disagree with that, although it's still good. It's just nowhere near as good as a pronated grip. What is a pronated grip? A pronated grip is when your palm's facing towards the floor instead of the ceiling. Face it towards the floor. Because we're putting the palm towards the floor in the pronated grip in our curls, we're putting the bicep into a long stretch, basically meaning that we're increasing the internal arm length, making it less advantageous, if that's a word, when it comes to actually bending at the elbow, meaning brachialis and brachioradialis. You're going to have to work harder to produce this elbow flexion. The issue with a pronated grip is that your fingers suck. Your wrist extensors suck when it comes to the curls. So a good recommendation is what I do on a preacher curl machine. I'll put the handles right above my wrist so that they're not actually touching my hand at all. I'll have it right there. I don't know if that even helps, but right there. And all I'll do is curl up and down. Simple as that. I promise you, once you try that exercise, you're going to feel your brachialis and brachioradialis way more when you do a hammer curls with the same idea of putting the resistance above the wrist. So in reality, hammer curls, I'm not a big fan of. Preacher curls, absolutely. Bayesian curls, yeah. Incline curls, sure. Reverse curls, yes. So the bare minimum you need for optimizing your elbow flexors is a reverse curl and some sort of supinated curl. Whatever position you want to put your shoulder at for those curls, by all means, you do whatever you prefer. But as long as you have one curl with the palm facing towards the floor and the other curl with the palm facing towards the ceiling, I promise you, you'll be fine for elbow flexor development.